How about that?
Apparently living under the Bayonne Bridge is tough times these days. Noise, windows vibrating, a recent sewage line rupture, and flooding in basements that had, up until now, been bone dry.
Our home has been flooded, the basement, on three separate occasions to varying degrees, the last time being the most severe.
The Bayonne Bridge elevation project is now underway. Right now it's closed on weekends through mid-August. That's just the opening stages of a 4-year project that'll let container super ships into Port Newark.
Now, people that I spoke with the exception of a few, say that absolutely the bridge work has to be done. Ships need to be able to make it to Newark. The problem they say they have is that the Port Authority simply isn't returning calls.
I'd like them to reimburse us. I'd like them to keep us more aware of what's going to be happening.
Now today, actually, Bill, the Port Authority did get back to me. They acknowledged the trouble, saying they sent cleaners and insurance adjusters to deal with the issue. One resident, he said, got $60,000 in remediation, though others refused help. This is the Port Authority speaking. Newly sworn in Bayonne Mayor Jim Davis's administration is trying to help out too.
We're setting up a constituent complaint hotline specifically related to bridge issues in the next week or so. We'll also have a dedicated email address and a staffer that's solely dedicated to addressing constituent concerns relative to the bridge and bridge construction.
Bayonne viewers, listen closely. Check this out. For issues related to bridge construction, call 201-858-7820 or email bayonnebridge@baynj.org. Your contact will be city employee P.J. Leonard. That's the Bayonne number for bridge troubles if you live under the Bayonne Bridge.
It's unusual that we have one of these cases, but it doesn't sound like anybody's doing anything wrong. I mean, it sounds like the Port Authority is trying to address it. It sounds like these were construction projects that needed to happen, and they're taking care of the residents. So is there any fault here, or they're just kind of looking to fix it up?
Well, no one necessarily has to be at fault, and we've known all along that 4 years of elevating an icon like the Bayonne Bridge was going to be a process, and there were going to be some toes that got stepped on. You're right. Port Authority says they have stepped up, but there have been instances in the past where a big organization like the Port Authority has not stepped up to respond to the little guy. That's kind of what we're here to make sure they do.